All right, let's get started. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you are dialing in today. A warm welcome to Live on ServiceNow webinar. And today's topic is My Items in Now Mobile. I'm your host today. My name is Mohit Tyagi, and I am Senior Outbound Product Manager with the Unified Employee Experience team at ServiceNow. This is the same team which manages Employee Center, Now Mobile, and Microsoft integrations. And I'm joined by with an awesome panel today. So we have Ashutosh, Sumant, Sajal, and David. So I would let everybody say hi. Ashutosh.
Yeah, hi team. Excited to be here. Looking forward to the session. Over to you, Sumant.
Hey, hello everyone. Nice to see you all. Excited for the session ahead.
Sajal,
Hey, hi everyone. Excited to see you all. Looking forward for the session.
David.
Hey everyone.
Thank you. Okay, before we start, I would like your attention to this safe harbor notice for any forward-looking statements that we would be making today in the webinar. This is on where the product roadmap is headed. So we want you to be mindful of those forward-looking statements before you make any purchases. There are some housekeeping rules for this webinar. So we have saved some time in the end for Q&A, and you would also be seeing a Q&A button. So please use that button or that panel to ask your questions. Our panelists would be monitoring that Q&A panel for any doubts that you may have. Do not use the chat button. I'm repeating again, please use the Q&A button for asking any questions. And this presentation will be recorded and it will be available on our community and on our mobile uh, platform Academy, which is on YouTube, and we can share the link for that Academy, and it will be available within 10 to 15 working days. So your patience is appreciated. And after this event, you will be prompted to fill a short survey. So you could give us your feedback, and if you can also provide us if any topic that you may want to cover in future. Thank you for that. This webinar is a part of Live on ServiceNow, which is an interactive event series. So they conduct similar webinars and events for all our ServiceNow products. You can scan this QR code to see the schedule for all those products. It could be for Employee Center, Now Mobile, Microsoft integrations, and other ServiceNow products. So before we start this webinar, you may already be seeing this poll, which is out there for you. So we want to understand where you are today in your deployment journey with Now Mobile. So please feel free to choose that option which is best suitable and applicable for you. And we will keep this poll running for a few minutes so that everyone can participate. Okay, let's look at the agenda for today's webinar. So we would start with a very brief introduction to mobile platform and Now Mobile application. We will talk about what my mobile platform is and what Now Mobile application is and what are different capabilities we have within Now Mobile applications. Then we will straight deep dive into the today's agenda, which is my items in Now Mobile. So we would start with your end user, your employee experience with my items in Now Mobile with the demo, and then we will get into the configuring of those my items. We will get into the admin experience for how they can configure my items for Now Mobile, and we will show the demo for that as well. And we put together some additional resources for you as a bonus, which we will share at the end of this webinar. So let's start with mobile platform and Now Mobile applications. So first, we will try to understand what a ServiceNow mobile platform is. So the mobile platform is its own tech stack, which is built on Now platform. So it's very similar to the service portal tech stack, which is built on ServiceNow platform. Like within ServiceNow portal tech stack, it allows you to build portals. Similarly, mobile platform allows you to build purpose-built native experiences for mobile. And this is available for all our customers. And it comes with a set of development tools to expedite your deployments or to accelerate your deployment of experiences that you may want to create. And it comes with some set of out of the box templates for your layouts, for forms, buttons, etc. And these all capabilities can be deployed natively on both iOS and Android. And these capabilities could be like your barcode scanning, your camera, your map navigations, your notifications. And as I said earlier, it comes with 30 plus out of the box workflows, which is your ITSM, your CSM, FSM, HRSD, any workflow that you may be using today. And within ServiceNow, we have two mobile applications, or you can call them as mobile clients. So we have Now Mobile application, which is essentially for your employees or your requesters. And we have ServiceNow Agent, which is for your fulfillers or your service desk agents. So when it comes to Now Mobile applications, so there are different workflows or experiences which are available out of the box. So on the very left hand side, you would see it's the base functionality, which is your employee experiences, which is your ITSM plus HR functionality that you get. And you can augment this base functionality to any of the available out of the box flows. It could be your ITSM for walk-up experience. It could be your legal service delivery for legal experiences, HRST, workspace delivery, and other uh, out of the box workflows like CSM, telecom, and other out of the box workflows that we said that 30 plus available. This experience can be augmented to all those experiences. Okay, let's get deeper into the today's focus area, which is my items in Now Mobile, and we would start with the overview of my items. So within Now Mobile, your employees get a unified or a consolidated experiences of all activities or items. So in this webinar, we will be using these two terms, activities and items, interchangeably. So essentially what you will see under this my item, we can also call them as items, or you could also call them as activities. So these are essentially the same things which I may be using interchangeably in the webinar. Just wanted to call this out. Okay. So like I said, so you would your employees would get all your items or your activities consolidated into one widget, which is the my items. So these items or these activities could be your my task, my request, assets, walk-up, journeys, and all other items or activities that you may have license for, or you may have plugins for. For example, for the journeys that you may require HRSD Enterprise. If you have HRSD Enterprise and if you have journeys set up, you may be able to see those journeys under my items. Even though you will see my items will come like it is a standard available feature, like you will get all, it is available for all our customers, but there are some exceptions. For example, under my tasks within approvals, so if you see the approvals from Workday, so that would require HRST Pro or Enterprise licensing. Similarly, for approvals from Concur, it would require Employee Center Pro license. So basis the plugins you may have and basis the licensing requirement, you would see a different experience. But like I said, my items will come as out of the box for all our customers. It is available for all our customers. So within this, you have certain flexibilities and capabilities available. For example, you get a dedicated widget. So here you see it. So for my task, we see a dedicated widget. So this particular dedicated widget will not come out of the box, but it is available for configuring. Your admins can configure it for you. For example, if they want to reduce the click for the employees, or if they want to make a particular activity or item stood out, they want to make it more accessible, they can create this dedicated widget, and it is available via configurations. And we will see that how you can configure this on your homepage. Then you can get the updates from all these activities and items in mobile notifications as well. So here you see a 70 notification pending. So within these notifications, some of those notifications could be for your items as well. And then we have the layout flexibility. For example, here you see this my items available in the vertical list screen, and then you could also have it as a horizontal if you want to maybe um, reduce the space, you want to utilize the space on mobile screen for other items, then you could have it set it up on a horizontal layout. Okay. So there is a capability, there is a configuration that can help you to make your activities or items more accessible on Now Mobile homepage. So the first one is essentially that you get all your items, and we are using the My Task example here. So you can get My Task under My Items, which you will get out of the box. So once you get started with the Now Mobile, you will get it configured under here under My Items as out of the box feature. And second availability is that you could create a dedicated activity widget. For example, here we have created a My Task dedicated activity widget. So this can be configured to make it more accessible. And the third option that we see here is that you could create it under quick links. So quick links are available for taking quick actions. So you could put my task here under quick links as well. So in order to make it aligned with the Employee Center portal, so it can be understood or it can be seen that your my active items widget on Employee Center is what we see as equivalent to my items on Now Mobile. So whatever experience or consolidated experience of all the activities that you would see on the portal under my active items widget, you would see the similar experience under my items in Now Mobile. Then in portal, we have a capability to mark one particular activity as a primary active item, which is essentially making task here stood out from other activities. It is giving more accessibility to the task. Similarly, if you want to give any accessibility to a particular item, here, for example, my request, so you could create a dedicated widget for that activity. And then we get the similar to the portal, you get the updates on all of these activities via portal notifications. On mobile, you could get all those activity updates via mobile notifications. One very important thing to note here is, so we see all these three experiences being aligned with Employee Center, but neither of them share any configuration with each other. Meaning, if you configure it with, if you configure these three things for Employee Center portal, so these will not be automatically available in Now Mobile. You will have to separately configure all these three things for Now Mobile as well. So they do not share configuration with each other, the portal and Now Mobile. Okay. So once your employees got the dedicated widget, which is my items, where they got all the activities available. So now they can explore those activities or items. So they can click either of those activity. For example, here in this example, we have chosen my request activity. So once they will click on the my request, so they will see the list of all the records available for my request. So essentially, you could see all the requests available within one screen. And then there is a capability that your employees would be able to see screen segments, meaning you could separate out the list data or the records available for my request into two parts. So you could have it between submitted and drafts. So within submitted tab, you will see all the requests that have been submitted by the employees. And within the draft, you would be able to see all the requests that are still in draft and not yet been completed. On the list screens, we get some out of the box filters. For example, if the filters has been configured, so you will see out of the filters like categories, sorting, if you want to sort them in ascending or descending order. You want to see it is requested for, date which it was created. For example, if you have assets also and you want to search on the asset type, it could be your laptop or mobile. So all of these filters are available out of the box, and we will see how you can configure these filters in the admin experience. And apart from the out of the box filters, you also get advanced filters. For example, here in the screenshot, we have configured an advanced filter for keyword search. Here, if I will search for MacBook and if I'll apply this filter, then I will only see a request which has MacBook keyword, for example, this one. Or if there are any others, then I will see them as well. But this is how it will work, and this can be configured in advanced settings, and we will see how we can configure this experience as well. Okay, so this was the list screen, and let's say when I click on this particular record on this list screen, so it will take me to the record screen. So record scheme is, you could say that it is one dedicated place for all the information related to that record or of that activity. So here, this is a record for approve requested item. So there is approval request which was there under your my task. You clicked on that particular record, and then this is the screen that you land on where you will see all the information related to this particular record. So here you could get all of these information. This can be configured in mobile card builder, and we will see that where it can be configured and how it will be configured. You could create record screen segments. For example, where here we see the two tabs. One is the details and the updates. So within every segment, you could put more information. For example, here we see this information specific to details only. You could create actionable buttons using the functions capability we have. So you could put here reject, approve, comment, and any other function that you may want to create. And when it comes to the record screen segments, there are 5 types of segments that you can create here. So first one is details, wherein you would see all the details related to that particular record. Then we have activity, which is essentially the updates one, where you would see all the activity happening here, where you will have a capability to enter any comment, look at any updates that may would have happened from all the related person who are assigned for this particular approval or this request. There is a capability to add attachments, add images, and open the camera and take a picture. Similarly, you could have a related screen segment here, which will show you the list of all the related tickets or items for this particular record. In the browser links, you could have any browser link embedded here, which will open up as an MESP page under this record screen. And then you could have altogether a list screen, which can be opened up as a list screen under this record screen itself. And as I discussed, under this activity, which is your under updates, you would be able to see all the past activity. You would be able to add comments and add attachments on the record screen itself. Okay, and now we will look at the demo of all these capabilities and experiences that we just discussed. So what I've done is, so I have already pre-recorded this demo, and the persona which we will be using is Maria. Maria is an IT manager at an IT firm. So let's start with the demo here. So as I said, Maria is an IT manager at an IT organization. So they could be going to their office in the morning, and to get ahead of their day, they open the Now Mobile application. And once they do so, they will see what requires their attention. There are some banners put together for them. As they scroll down, they will see the quick links for quick actions. There is a My Tasks dedicated widget which has been created for them, where they will see all the tasks available for them. And then they see this consolidated widget, which we have the My Items widget, where they will see all kinds of items or activities available consolidated into one particular widget, My Task, Request, Assets, and any other items which has been configured. Then they come to the list screen, they see all the records available for My Task. And this is too much. So they want to apply the filters. So this is the out of the box filter, which is available on category. They can choose any category like approvals. They can sort them in ascending descending order, and there are so many options on filters you see here. So all of this is coming out of the box, like price, short description, requested for. So they maybe want to look at like which is requested for Emily. Emily is one of the reportees to them. They'll search for Emily's colon, and once they do so, they will only see the tasks which are requested for Emily's colon, and then they can open either of this task, and they will be navigated to the record screen. And on the record screen, as we discussed earlier, so they will see all the information of that particular records. So here this information is limited, but your admins can configure more informations. We saw the 2 tabs, details and updates, where in updates Maria can add comments. If let's say they do not want to approve this, so they can add the not approved comment, and they will also see the any past activity in the update tab only. There is an option to add attachments, and as we saw, camera and images, and there were buttons which Maria already clicked. So they clicked on rejected button, and the how the reject button works is that once you click on the reject button, so you'll have to provide the rejection reason. So they can give any reason. So for example, not approved or out of the budget. So any reason which deem fit, they can provide that and submit it, and then they can reject the request. Similarly, they could have also approved the request. Then they remove the filter. Once they go back to the home, they see they have my request as well. So they maybe want to look at the status of their request. Similarly, they see the list of all the requests available here. To reduce the choice overhead, they can apply the filter here. So once they there is the ability to apply filters, and then we see the tabs as well. For example, currently we are seeing in that submit tab, then in the draft there is nothing. So if there has been any request for in the draft state, so they could have seen that there, and now they've applied the clicked on the applied filter button. So once they click on this applied filter button, you see here we do not see the out of the box filters which we saw on the My Task. We see an advanced filter here. We see a filter for keyword search that we have put together under the advanced settings. So once you apply or configure these advanced filters, it will override the out of the box filters, and your advanced filters would be available for your end users. Like Maria is seeing here an advanced filter for keyword search. So what they can do is that they can search for the keyword. So for example, they've searched for the MacBook, and once they apply this filter, so they will only see the requests which have my MacBook as a keyword. And then they can look at the record screen of this request. They can see the details, what is the status on their request, what has been the updates. So all of that can be seen under the record page. As they come back to their home page, so they will see there are 17 notifications pending. So these notifications could be from their task as well. So for example, they see a lot of new to-dos. They click on one of those to-dos, they read about that to-do, they see all the details of that to-do, and they can just mark as complete. So while on their way to office, so they have already seen all the tasks which has been assigned to them. They have seen the request status pending, and they have also done some of the like they have marked as one of the complete one of the to-dos from their mobile application itself. And now, as they see here, so there is the My Task dedicated widget, which has been put together for them by their admins, just to make it more accessible and reduce the clicks for reaching to the My Task. So they see all the tasks available on the mobile home screen itself. So we have put together it in the horizontal format. So they see it in the scroll. They can open the all or a selected one. Again, they can apply filters if they want to. These are the out of the box filters on the My tab, My tasks. And then they could look for any particular record here basis the filter they put together on ascending order. Select any to-dos, read about that to-do, see all the details of that to-do and mark it as complete. So from that dedicated widget, they were able to complete the action which was assigned to them without even going to their desk on the office. They're still on their way to office, and that they've been able to still complete multiple tasks while on their way to office. And then similarly, in the quick links as well, so their admin has put together my task as a quick link, and they got a direct access to my task from quick links as well. Yep. Sorry. Yeah, so as I was saying, so in the quick links as well, so which is for the quick actions, so they have put together the my task here on the quick links as well. They can access my task from quick links as well. And then they can look at all the tasks available under my tasks. So just to put together here, so Maria was able to see the particular task under my items widget, which will come as a out of the box as we discussed, and this will be available for all your employees. But your admins can further enhance this experience, make particular task or a particular request or particular item more accessible by creating a dedicated widget that we saw here as a my task dedicated widget. And even they could even provide that access within the quick links as well, which is for the quick actions. So they have an option to configure it in under the quick links as well. So this was the demo of the capabilities that is available for my items under Now Mobile for your end employees. Now we will talk about the admin experience, how admins can create this wonderful experience that we just saw on the end user employee demo. So for admins to create or to configure this experience under my items on Now Mobile, so they'll have to essentially do or configure 5 things. So first one is they will configure my items widget on the Now Mobile homepage, which was the out of the box widget that we get, and that is available for all our customers. Then they can configure a dedicated activity widget, which we saw for our My Task to make it more accessible. They can also configure an activity in quick links, as we saw the My Task were configured in quick links to take quick actions. Then there is a lot of flexibility in configuring this list screen within my items widget. So once we selected a particular item, for example, we selected my request and then we saw the list screen, there was an option to create filters. There was an option to create segments. So all of that is available within the configuration, and we will see how it is done. And lastly, they can also configure the record screens, which is your one-stop solution for all the information for a particular record, and create those screen segments. Just to give an like a high level overview of those configuration steps, and we will be using mobile app builder for configuring your my items. So first is that you have to add my items widget in the home page. So if you see here, so this is the home page on the launcher screen. So we have already have my items here, and you could provide the order as well. So this is where you will add it from. You could choose it, and it will be available to you, and you could just simply put together on the home screen and then give it an order where you want it to be on the home screen. Then you can add an activity in my items. So as you enter the my items, so you could add one of those activities. So we saw the 5 activities available. If you want to add more, you could choose from this button, or you could add a new if you want to add more activities under my items. Then you have to configure a dedicated widget, which we saw for my task. So for that, essentially, here I've created for my request. Similarly, you could choose for my task as well. So once you choose from for the my task from the available list, you will be able to see it on the home screen. And then you can add an activity in the quick links. So quickly you will go to the quick links, and similar to this, there will be an option for icon section destination, and you can add it here. So this will help you configure your my items widget, um, additional activity in my items, a dedicated widget for an activity, and an activity in quick links. The next is that you could configure your list screens for your my items, which is once you select any item and then you go to the list screen where you see all the records. So we have entered here on my request list screen. So there is an option available for hidden show filters. So this is essentially if you toggle this, all the filters will be hidden. Then you can create screen segments as we saw on the request as well, the submitted and the draft. Submitted will show you all the submitted records, and the draft will show you all the items which are still in a draft state. Then we have some advanced settings available. So this is the advanced filter, or the custom filter is the name which is given in the mobile app builder, but this is again a configuration. So wherein you could choose some of the filters from a selected list, or you could create your own. So here we have created my request custom filter, and we will see how we created this. And you could provide icons, and there are other options available under this advanced setting as well, and we will see that in the demo. So this is essentially how you will configure your my items list screen. And the last configuration would be for your record screens, wherein you would be able to configure details, segment tabs, and functions, which was your actionable buttons, your approve, reject, or approve with comment, reject with comment, any function that you may want to uh, embed in a particular record screen. So first is essentially that you get the details. For example, we were seeing it was requested for item number and everything that you will get via the card that you will select. And if you want to create a new card, you can create it using uh, mobile card builder, and we will see how you can access that. And then you have a capability to embed segment tabs. So we talked about it. So there are 5 tabs which you could embed: the details, updates, any browser link, any list screen, so all of that, or any related item. You will be able to embed that segment tab on the record screen itself. And then within each segment tab, within each those tabs, you would be able to add additional details if you want to show that. For example, here, I am here in the one of the screen segments, and then here I have added all of these information. So your admins will be able to add all of this information on a particular segment tab. And then we can configure functions here. 2 functions are configured. One is for the approving the approval request, and second one is for the reject. So these are the high level steps for configuring your record screens. Now we can look at the demo. So even for the demo, I have put together a recorded demo so that it runs smoothly. So I will keep pausing it in between to explain you at different step. So let's start. So as I said, we would be using mobile app builder. So as an admin, you could search for mobile app builder. Once you do, you will be navigated to mobile app builder. You can skip it and look for the application scope. So I would start with Now Mobile. And within the Now Mobile screen, I will select the home page screen. So we have an amazing interface here. So for example, you keep seeing the preview of whatever changes you are doing here on the mobile app builder. This is where you will see all the tree, and this is where you'll see the information. So on the home page, so within the launcher screen, launcher section, so this is what the complete content that you will see on your mobile home screen. So for example, there's mobile content, static content, quick links, and this is the order you define. So whatever experience you want to put together for your mobile home screen, and even in the preview, you can see this is for the home screen. So we have configured all of these items on the home screens, and one of them is the my item, which is your my items widget. So once I and it is ordered the third level. So once I open this, so there are few settings available here on the first page itself. So you will see there is an option to configure it vertically and horizontally. So, and you can see that in the previous cell. So this is how we configured in the demo, and then this is how you can configure it as a horizontal if you want to save some space. Then there were few items which are already available under my items. So how did we get that? So these were 5 items which were available, which we add under icon section destination. You can choose to add more items here, and these are all available to you basis the plugins you may have. And like I said, there may be some licensing requirement. For example, for getting approvals from Workday, you may need HRST Pro and Enterprise. For getting approvals from Concur, you may need Employee Center Pro. So those licensing requirements may be there as per your requirements, but overall, you get my active item widget as out of the box, and it is available for all our customers. Then if you want to create an item of your own, under my items, you could create launcher, screen, or any function. You have that capability. And then let's look into one of those items. We will open the my task. We'll start with the my task. I'll edit in the original scope. So this is where I will see the screen, the list screens. And before that, there are some basic configurations available. You could provide colors. You could provide, like for example, if you want to highlight my task with a different color, you could provide a different color to my task under my items with a different color here from all other items. So it will sort of stand out. Or you want to make it more colorful, you could give different colors to different items. You could select an icon for it, and then we'll get into the list screen of my task. So as it loads, so you will see there are some functions available, some settings available here already on the my task page. Okay. And then there is preview as well. So once we edit, so you see here, so this is the hide filters toggle. You could give it any name. So if given is my task, it will come. So this is pre-populated with my task. If you want to change it, you can change it for your organization if you wish to. If you toggle this hide filter, so this will hide all the filters, the out of the box filters which we saw on the category, and even the so on my task we had the out of the box filter, so that will be hidden. If we were on the my request where we have the advanced filter, so that filter would be hidden too using this toggle. Yep. And then there are screen segments. So if you remember in our demo in my task, so there was only one screen segment. There was nothing available like submitted or draft there. There was only just the list of items available records. So because we only had one screen segment, so that's why it was not showing my to do as a tab, just all the items available under this my to do. So you can have more screen segments here, but I'm opening this one, my to-dos. So once you click on this my to-dos, you will see the data stream for all these my to-dos. But before that, there are some advanced settings as well. So for example, there is an icon which you can choose. There is a custom filter. So even though it says custom filter, but this is the configuration only. Once you click on this choose, you will be able to choose other additional out of the box filters. So these are the filters which is available, and this is the filter which I created for my request, and that we will see how I created that. This is the filter which I created. Similarly, you can also create filters for my task as well, and or choose from either of these. But once you choose any filter from out of these, so this will override the out of the box filter which we saw for the category. And only this particular filter which you will select here will be available on your particular list screen. Now I get into the my to-dos, and this name is coming it's getting pre-populated. You can change this name if you want to. Also, just to call out, so because here I'm not creating any screen or anything, so David did an academy on how to configure screens. So we can share the link in that in the chat, and then you would be able to see how you can create your own screens. But now for this demo, we will be showing you what is the screen which is already available for my to-dos. But if you want to create a particular screen within my task for yourself, you can follow that academy to create your screens. Okay, so within the my task, we were able to see a lot of records, and all of these records were coming from here. So these were the data streams. So you could choose any additional stream as well if you want to maybe add on to these available streams. It could be your catalogs, it could be your HR case approvals, campaign. All of these would be available basis the plugins and licensing that you may have, and you would be able to see that list. And similarly, you can also create some of your own as well. So I've selected approval to do. Just to go to the record page. So within approval itself, we are seeing so approval was coming from all of these list of so approvals. All kinds of approval were coming from these list item configuration, and you can choose to add more if you wish to. So all of these would be available basis the plugins you may have, and then you can select to add more to this approvals list. Here we can select one of these to go to the record screen so that we can see how record screen is configured. That one particular screen where you will see all the information of for a record. Okay, so once I get into this item configuration, so we get some options like, so this is essentially for the card. So as you can see in the preview as well, so this is how the RI team approval main item card will look like for your RI team approval request, where you will see these information, and this is fetching data from this table. You could give it a different name if you want to. You can apply different conditions as well here. If you want to apply any conditions on these RITM approvals, all of that is possible. And this is one of the out of the box available cards from the list which we have. So we have already selected RITM approval. If I remove this and then if I choose a new card, so you can choose a particular new card and there will be an option to enter the data as well. So all of this was also covered in a different academy by David. So David covered in depth how you can create a record screen of your own. How can you create all of these cards in mobile card builder? And we can share the link for the same in the chat if you want to create for yourself, like create a record of your own, create a card of your own. So please follow that academy. But here we are all going with the out of the box card which we have for the approve requested item. And this is where you would go to the record screen. So the similar interface that we see here, which we saw even on the demo as well. So we selected this card, we've selected this icon, and then here we have created two segments. So one is the detail, one is the update, and like I said, there's an option to create up to 5 of them, but we have only created 2 of them. I'll open one of them, which is the details. So in the details section, we have this embedded screen. Okay, so in this detail, you are seeing this information here using the screen fields. So we have here 3. You can add new as well. So if I change the right scope, I will an option to click on new and add more these. Then there are functions. In this, we have 3 functions which has been created, which is the reject, approve and comment, and approve. This is what we also saw when Maria rejected one of the requests for Emily's colon. So they had 3 options available. So these are the 3 options functions which you have. So you can delete one of those, add new, So all of these would be available to you to make those changes. And then this was for the details tab. Similarly, if I go to the updates tab, update segment, you can add details even in your updates as well. So for updates, you get few capabilities out of the box already without any configuration. So as you see here, yeah, for updates, once I edit this, yeah, so there are some toggles available for you to take some actions. So there is one for work node, there is one for additional comment, there is one for attachment button, but your images in camera would come natively as a part of this details segment that you will select. Yep. So far we have learned how to create or how to configure the my item widget on home screen. And if you want to add more items to my active widget, you can do so via adding or from a already available list of items, or you can add of your own. Then you can configure the list screens. We have out of the box available list screens, or you could create your own following the David's Academy. Similarly, for the record screens, you can have you can add record screen available basis your licensing and plugins, or you could create of your own. Okay, now I will go back to the home page, and now we will see how we can create the dedicated widget that we talked about. So back to home page. Okay, so on the home page, within the launcher section, we saw this my items we covered. Now we will see how my task dedicated widget is created. So essentially, so this has already been added here, but you could click on choose. And once you click on choose, you could select a particular item or activity that you want to create as a dedicated widget, give them an order. Here I've given my task. First, I selected my task from the list. Then I gave it the order to. And you have some configuration capabilities available here. For example, maximum item displayed. So we saw the 5. You could have 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever you want. You could change the layout. We had it in the horizontal. You could have it vertical as well. And this is a destination screen, so which is already available for your my task that we saw even in the active items as well, or my items as well. Similarly, we can add an item to the quick links. So we already have quick links before that. So may not be directly related to the topic, but if you want to add anything else onto the home page, so you have an option to click on new, and you can add any chart content icon or any record, anything that you wish to on the home page as well. You clicking the new button. Now we can talk about the quick links. So quick links are already configured. So here, similar to your my active item or my items widget on Now Mobile. So we have icon section destination. So either you can choose one of the items that you want to make available in quick links. For example, I have chosen here my task, or you could create something of your own using the new button. So yeah, so all of these are available to you. You can select either of them or create new, like I said. And then there is, of course, these configuration capabilities available. You could have the display type as icon basic image. You could have the orientation also as horizontal, vertical, anything you wish to. Yeah. I don't want to save this. Okay. Now you will see all of these available on your home screen under quick links. You will see my task available. You will see my task as a dedicated widget as we saw in the demo, and we already configured my items. Okay, now we will look at the that advanced filter which we created. So remember there was this filter for keyword search. So we put together it for my request. So again, we already have an academy which we created, which talks even in depth about how to create and configure all of these filters. and we can share the link for that academy. You can follow that for more information on that. But here we will see how we have already configured this advanced filter for keyword search. But in the academy, you will see how you can create it step by step. So under this my request, so there is a screen. We'll go to the list screen, and this on the list screen, this is where we will put that filter. So these are the screen segments which we saw: submitted and draft. Submitted will have submitted records, drafts will have a draft, the record which are still in drafts. Then there is advanced settings. So in advanced setting, I put here my request filter. So I put together, I've named as my request custom filter, but this is all configuration you will see. So I then within filter category, I selected the same filter which I created, and I saved it here as well. You can give any name, any label you want to, and then this is where you will choose or create a new condition. So I chose for keyword search for service catalog. You could choose anything you want to. For example, there's another keyword search for agent or anything, priority, hardware assets, whichever you want to. I selected keyword search for service catalog for mobile. That's why I was able to search for MacBook. Once I selected this, then again, you could give any name or label to it. You have to mark it active, and the condition type will be string because we provided a string type variable in the search bar, which was the MacBook when we saw the demo. Yep. And to make this filter running, so you need to add condition attributes. One is a display type and another is the operator. So currently, this is the value that you need to enter as a hard-coded value. So for a keyword search in display type, you'll have to enter text, and this is case sensitive. It should be capital T starting under display type. Similarly, for the operator, you'll have to enter keywords with K capital and S. You cannot miss that S, otherwise it will not work. So these are some of the current limitations that we are seeing in the mobile app builder for building the filters. Okay, so once you have entered this and once you save this, your filter will be available for your employees, and it will be only available on my requests, and your employees will be able to search or filter uh, the items or the records available for my request using this filter. For example, we search in the demo for MacBook. Okay, just to summarize the key takeaways for this webinar. So using my items in Namobil, you should be able to consolidate and create a unified experience for your employees to take a quick and immediate actions on all the activities and items which are pending or assigned to them. And as we saw, there are three different ways to make an activity or an item more accessible and reduce that click on the mobile homepage. One is the inside my items widget, which is the out of the box widget which we get. Then you could configure a dedicated widget for a particular item or activity. And then third is that you could have it under quick links for the quick actions. And the second one is it is important to note that even though we draw some parallel with Employee Center portal and Now Mobile, but all these my items, all these dedicated widgets, and all these mobile notifications for these activity. So this has to be separately configured, and we did a webinar on mobile notifications as well. So we can share the link with you so that you can see what are the out of the box notifications we have, and if you wish to create a notification for a particular type of item or activity, that we covered all in that webinar. So we have shared the link. And as we saw even in the demo for admin experience, so we always recommend that you use mobile app builder for configuring now mobile configurations. It could be your my items or any other configuration that you do. So we recommend that you use mobile app builder for the same. Then there are some additional resources. So for example, we have put together a mobile community page on Employee Center Portal Hub. So this is a QR code you can scan. So this is like a one-stop solution for all Now Mobile related capabilities. It also includes all the past webinars that we have covered. So you should be able to find all of that on this mobile community page. Then important thing to note is that we have an upcoming webinar on December 9th. So we have kept a 360-degree exchange roundtable discussion. So we invite you all to be part of that roundtable discussions where if you have already deployed Now Mobile, we can discuss what are the values that you're seeing, what are the challenges that you saw while deploying it. But if you're planning to, what are the use cases that you may want to see in Now Mobile? What are your visions for Now Mobile and how it aligns with the current capabilities of Now Mobile? So all of those things, important discussions would be done on the roundtable. And so do register for this webinar, and we have shared the link for this. So this registration link is currently not available, but it will be available on Employee Center Portal Hub under Employee Center events, and we have shared the link for you. So do look for that registration link. Then we have Mobile Academy on YouTube. So all the webinars that David does on mobile platform that I am doing on Now Mobile. So all of that would be available on Mobile Academy on YouTube. And like I said, even this recording will be available within 10 to 15 working days. So you should be able to see the recording there and all the past topics which we have covered. And if you wish to contact us, so this is our email address. So you can reach out to us using this email address, and we'll be happy to take from there. Thank you everyone for joining today. You all have a great day. Hope to see you soon.